People are getting violation tickets in the mail these days and don't know what they did wrong. What are some of the updated driving laws? Can you quickly tell us?
Basically, the newest laws that have been in newspapers, radios, some radio stations, and on TV, it concerns construction and school zones. Here's an example. Many people still drive through school zones with a handheld phone in their hand or the Bluetooth. Those are illegal now. And
Bluetooth?
Yes. From one block prior to the school, in front of the school, and after the school, you are not allowed on a cell phone unless you are stopped and in park. But if you are actually driving in any school zone, you are not allowed to be on a cell phone. And it's just a matter of time before they start putting cameras everywhere, and that's how they're going to bust
Cameras
people.
are everywhere, practically.
They are. Construction zones are the same way. They now are putting cameras on some of the big, huge construction trucks. And if you are caught being on a telephone or speeding, going more than 40 miles per hour through a construction zone, the first ticket is $375. Well, you haven't heard the worst.
Gasp.
If you get a second ticket, and you get this in the mail, it's $1,100.
No.
The third ticket.
Probably go to jail.
Yes. Jail, loss of license for 60 days, and a $2,000 fine.
How do they catch you?
Cameras on the trucks. And if you're on a phone, that's a ticket waiting to happen. We have to really, I agree with all of this because we have to protect the children and the workers.
We have to protect everybody.
Everybody,
the worker,
yes, everybody.
The other drivers. I want to smack the Jesus. I'm being careful here with my mouth. Out of people when I see them texting, like bumper to bumper traffic, and then there's like 7, 8 car lengths in front of the car in front of you, and you look at it and their head down.
I still see it all the time, and it's illegal for any age group to text. It used to be just for teenagers. Now, no one is allowed to text when you are driving and operating that vehicle.
How often do you run your classes?
I run them every month, always starting the first Monday, and the classes generally run in the evenings, 7 to 9 p.m., and on Saturdays from 12 to 2, and it's a 4-week course.
Cool. Once a week?
4 times a week.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So
intensive.
it's a total of 30 hours, but we run it for 15 days and spread it out through that.
Where can we find your book if people want to purchase your book, which if you have a teen or if you're older and you need a driver's license, I highly recommend Linda's book, Learn How to Drive and Survive.
Well, if they'd like an autographed copy from me, they can pick one up at our school in West Dundee. That's where I keep them. And they can also go to Amazon.com or to any Barnes & Noble store.
Oh, you're on Amazon too?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Which is your favorite chapter in the book?
Oh, gosh, my favorite chapters would be my rhymes. Here's an example. Who's ever going straight, the turner must wait. When in town, bring speed down. If it's blurry, don't be in a hurry. Don't be a stinker and use your blinker. So I have 17 rhymes, and if you text, you could be hexed. I have 17 rhymes, and
cute.
I have it to a rap CD. Now, I'm not a rap fan. However,
The kids
I
are.
love this one. I hired a 16-year-old student named Brandon Stewart, and he was just phenomenal, and paid him to make this CD for me, and he did.
You know what? You should package that with your book.
I am, yes.
With you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You should definitely package that with your book, especially for the kiddies. Mike, you're just sitting there smiling from ear to ear.
We could make those legal. She could do a rap and then a legal ID. That would be great, wouldn't it? You'd be taking care of a public service announcement and an ID, 2 things at once.
Why don't I get it?
No, I'd be like, whatever. What was your last one? Give me one.
If you text, you will be hexed.
W. Harmon.
Or possibly
Yeah,
next.
he could end every hour, begin every hour, end every hour with.
That's a good idea.
And an ID.
Yeah, because, I still see so many people texting, and it's illegal. You see it all the time.
Yeah.
Share with us one of your strangest or scariest experiences.
Okay, I was with I cannot give names, but I had 3 teenagers in the car, 2 observers, and of course the teen boy driving. And I guess he thought my little 6-cylinder car was going to outrun the Mack truck coming down the street at 55 miles per hour, and we were at a dead stop. He starts to give gas, and I grabbed the steering wheel, put on my dual brake, thank God for dual brakes, and I pulled us off to the shoulder. And as my heart went down into my stomach, and the kids in the back were hanging onto those little hand rest things, for dear life, hoping and praying I knew what I was doing. As we stopped, I just paused, took a deep breath, and looked at him and said, "Now, what have we learned from this experience?" And he goes, don't pull in front of Mack trucks. I go, yes, we don't do that unless you have a death wish. Okay, and I'm too young to die, and you're really too young to die. So we got our composure and then continued our lesson.
Nerves
Is that all you
steel,
have?
this one.
You have the brake underneath you, but that's all you have? You don't
God,
have
yes.
anything extra?
Oh, no. I wish I had. Well, we can reach steering wheels now. Many years ago, it was a wider car.
Yeah.
You had to have your own steering
Big
wheel.
bench seat.
Yes, yes. But now we have just the brake. We don't have gas, which, you
yeah.
know, is scary at times. I'd
At
like
least
to
you
have
can
both.
stop.
But at least I can stop
Yeah.
us, yes. And I've used my brake probably over 20,000 times. I've lost count after that, I think.
I bet.
Now,
the pads are good.
when you're a passenger in a car, just a regular car going somewhere, do you find yourself pushing on the floor where your brakes should be?
Yes. When someone else is driving,
Yeah.
if I go out on a date and the fella is like tailgating or something, I find myself bracing myself and putting on that imaginary brake. And you know,
That's true for everybody in the passenger
I'm
side.
surprised you don't offer to
Really.
drive all the time.
Sometimes I do. I go, oh, you have a brand new Beamer here. I'd love to drive it because I can't handle the driving. But oh well.
Snark. Quickly tell us what your goals are for your book. We're running out of time.
Well, my goal would be to see my book in every library in our United States and in every high school as a
Yes.
supplement, because that Drive Right book is great, but it doesn't tell everything that a person needs to know to learn how to drive and stay safe. That's where my book comes in. So I gave an autographed copy to Senator Meeks at our Illinois State meeting in Springfield, and I sent a letter to Jesse White, and I'm hoping to meet with Governor Pat Quinn.
And how about Obama for Malia?
Oh, yes.
She's
I
at that
sent
age.
an autographed copy of my book to President Obama and his daughter Malia, and I put a little special note inside for Malia, and I'm hoping that I will be able to go out there, or he brings her here. I have a feeling I'll have to go out to D.C., which is absolutely fine.
Stay off the lawn.
Yeah, yeah. And I would like to be her personal teacher, especially since I'm from Chicago, he's from Chicago, and he knows Jesse White, and I know Jesse White. So, yeah, I think that really I've been told I'm the best at what I do, and there might be someone out there better. I'd like to meet them. But I want to make sure my daughter's safe amongst all of my thousands of teens.
Linda's book, How to Drive and Survive, is available from Barnes & Noble as well as Amazon, and her website is Azarella, A-Z-A-R-E-L-A, drivingschool.com. Linda, give us your contact phone.
It is 847-373-4137.
And quickly, one takeaway you want to leave our listeners with.
Oh, gosh. Well, I highly recommend this book, even if a student has already received their driver's license, because there are so many things in here that they truly never learned. And I think that this would definitely prolong their life.
Especially if the parents are listening and the parents got the book for
Sure,
them and
because
said,
15,000 kids die a year in our country. That's equivalent to 6 local high schools.
really?
That's terrible. If we walked into 6 different local high schools and on next Monday and they were all deceased, that's how many children die a year, and that's how I get my teenagers to see that figure, because 15,000 doesn't seem like a lot in our country, but it is.
You know something? I think what you do is absolutely outstanding, and it's a must for all the parents who
thank you.
want to keep their teens safe. This has been Linda Azarella from Azarella's Driving School, and I want to thank you so much
Oh,
for
you're so
being with
welcome.
us. It was a fun interview.
Yes.
And on that note, this is Laura Dion-Jones Show on WRMN 1410 AM every Wednesday from 3 to 4 p.m. And let's squitch. You like that word? Squitch?
You almost made it through the whole show.
Squitch. I almost made it through the whole show, what? Without
Switching?
squitching?
Yeah, without switching.
Let's switch gears a little. And someone wrote to tell me that they received a flyer in the mail, so we all know about my thing that's coming on. And from another listener wrote, who knows I love Southern humor, ready, and no groaning, a little bit about a Southerner's medical dictionary. Are you ready?
Sure.
See? Artery. What's an artery?
So,
She teaches kids how to drive on it.
The study of paintings.
Oh,
What's a bacteria?
a bad back out for a week.
Back door to a cafeteria.
Oh, that's good.
Barium? What's barium?
That is something I drink to showcase me.
What doctors do when patients
No,
die.
barium. Barium.
Benign.
Right after 8.
Oh, you dog.
nice.
Cat scan.
When the cat
Searching
sees a dog.
for